Okay, plant and soil class. So if you're at this point in the journey, then we're at days 5 and 6, which should be Monday and Tuesday of next week. So this is what's happening. What we are going to do, so we have now learned about our how-to book. We've picked a topic. We've practiced an introduction. We have written an introduction and done a peer review of a fellow classmate's introduction. Not specifically on the topic that it is in your group, but practicing writing an introduction, making it engaging. And now we are going to do some research about our how-to and about specifically what it is you are going to research. So we're going to learn, ready? Why do we care about research? Okay? So the reason why we care about research is that we want to provide correct information, all right? We want to create a book that is trustworthy, and we want to make sure to cover all of the important steps, okay? So this is why we're doing the research that we're going to do. All right, when we're doing research, we're going to look at 4 steps in conducting research. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first step is, you guessed it, you're gonna choose a good source. This means you're gonna choose your sources wisely. So good sources, they come from expertise in the field, they come from expert guides, or quite possibly they could come from your own research or what you know about a particular thing. All right, bad things, random blogs, Wikipedia, outdated information, all of those things, not the best research, okay? So we're gonna choose our sources wisely. The second thing that we wanna do is we wanna take organized notes. All right, so the biggest thing here, right here, do not just copy the notes, all right? What you wanna do is you wanna look at what it is that you are finding, and then, or the research or the web page, whatever it is that you are looking at, and you're gonna wanna organize it. Do what makes sense for you. So maybe this is creating an outline. It could be looking up thinking about questions that might help to clarify information. And then quite possibly it could be screenshots if that's something that you might be interested in. All right. So listing the order readers should follow might be one. Answering common mistakes or questions, those might be things that you're looking for, etc. All right, the third step is that we're gonna test what you learn, okay? So you must first try it yourself, okay? So where we're at in this process is that we are conducting research. We are going to create, over the next few days or whatever, we are going to create our first step-by-step guide, and then we are going to practice those. So the first thing that you should know is that this is your first draft, this is your first example, this is you getting things on paper, okay, of what you think it's going to work. We are going to try them out ourselves before we actually finish and complete our how-to book so that we can make it. The reason why we want to do this, test ourselves, is so that we can make sure our instructions are extremely clear. We also want to know that if we're going to say this trick works, that it actually works. And we're going to make sure that we didn't miss anything. Okay? And last but not least, extremely important, give credit where credit is due. If you're using someone else's information or ideas, perfectly fine. We just got to credit them. We just got to say, so-and-so said this, expert guide in this particular thing, and we found it and we tried it, it worked, boom. Alrighty, so what is your next step? Your next step, this is over day 5 and 6, okay? So if you go back to your Google Doc, this is also in the PowerPoint, you're gonna go to day 5, all right? And I have included in the PowerPoint on the slide, it should be roughly around slide 20. There are gonna be 2 sources for each topic. On day 5, that's what I want you all to look at. I want you to look at those 2 sources. You are gonna write down 3 key steps from your research of those sources. it says test one out yourself. Did it work? I want you to just right now write down what you think it might do. Like when you are researching that, how might you implement that in the steps? Okay, we're going to test things out later. All right, was the information confusing or wrong? All right, and the next thing you're going to note is how could you explain it better in your own book? All right, you're going to do the same thing tomorrow on day 6 on the next part of the Google Doc, except for this time you're going to come up with 2 more sources, and these are your own sources. The biggest thing is that I want you to make sure that you, right now, you copy your URL and you put it inside your Google Doc so that when we go back at the end and we create our reference page, we have a quick place that we can go to find our URL to then put it in APA format. All right, that's it, everyone. So I hope that you enjoyed. This again is day 5 and day 6. So you have plenty to do the next 2 days. And I hope that you're enjoying this. Take care.